Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas. Welcome to the 12 Pods of Christmas. Today, we're halfway through, and it's the 6th podcast of Christmas. Today's special guest is my first international guest. And we're throwing them in at the deep end with a little bit of a Christmassy podcast. They will be back in the new year, hopefully, if this all goes well, with a proper episode. So without any further ado, let's gather up all of that Christmas spirit and welcome Chris from Copperhead Reptilia to the podcast. Oh, hello, Chris. Welcome to the 6th podcast of Christmas. It's lovely to have you here today. How are you?
Doing well. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
I'm very well, thank you. Like I said at the intro, you are the first international guest, so it's very exciting for me. I'm sorry that it's a really short Christmassy episode, but like I said, hopefully we'll do a proper one in the new year.
Definitely. We'll have to, for sure.
Yeah. So how Christmassy are you feeling today?
Pretty Christmassy, considering I just got out of work.
Yeah, good. They're good. Is it whereabouts in this? Whereabouts are you? I can't remember exactly where you are in the world.
I'm in Michigan. I'm about an hour's drive south of Detroit, actually.
Okay. So is it quite cold over there? Have you got snow yet?
Oh yeah, we've had already about 5 to 6 inches.
Nice. We haven't had any. We had a flurry on Monday, but it was like 30 seconds of snow. But we've got some snow up north at the moment, so hopefully it'll work its way down to me.
Yeah.
Right. So before you came on today, I gave you a list of questions, and hopefully you have prepared some answers.
That I have.
Fantastic. So the first thing I need you to do is, could you let me and the listeners know what animal you've chosen for today and why you chose them and what their name is?
Well, I believe you and I had spoken about it, and we picked ball pythons as what I was going to be doing today. So, species that's definitely near and dear to my heart. It's kind of my start with reptile keeping, and I still keep a lot of them today. So
fantastic. And have you got a specific one in mind? And if you have, what is their name?
If I were answering these questions as any of them, it would be Ozzy, who is my first ball python. He's 30 and he's still trucking. So
fantastic. So we're going to use Ozzy as our ball python or royal python today. I will probably interchange the names because sometimes I call them ball pythons, sometimes I call them royal pythons. We'll see how it goes.
Not a problem.
Right. So what I'm going to do now is put on some fantastic Christmassy background music that hopefully works because sometimes it doesn't. There we go. Right. And as long as you've got your answers in front of you, the rest of it will all make sense very, very soon. So I'm going to set the scene. It's Christmas Eve. All the shopping is done. Santa's sleigh is fully loaded and the sun has just started to set. It's a cold, crisp evening and the snowflakes are just starting to fall. Ozzy and family are on their way to their Christmas panto, but they're driving along in the car. So what Christmas song are they listening to and what pantomime are they enjoying this evening?
Well, I said the favorite song is going to be Jingle Balls.
Fantastic.
And the panto, that was the one we said we could swap out, right? Because that's not a thing we have over here.
No, we don't. You don't have pantos over there.
We don't. But I did a Christmas tradition. I said they're going to hang up all of their sheds by the fire.
Fantastic. So maybe they're not driving along, but they're singing along to the radio, perhaps singing along to Jingle Balls whilst they're hanging up their stuff by the fire. So they're very enjoying themselves. Everything's hung up. The fireplace is looking fantastic, and they've enjoyed singing along to Jingle Balls. So it's getting late, really. It's Christmas Eve, and it's time for bed. So they pop up upstairs. Just as they're getting tucked up into bed, they can hear the jingle bells of Santa's sleigh just faintly in the distance, just as they're falling asleep. But what animal in Royal Python universe is pulling Santa's sleigh?
Well, Santa's sleigh is obviously being pulled by a team of African soft furs.
Fantastic. Yeah. Does the front one still have that little red nose as well?
He's doing his best, yeah.
He's trying.
They're all doing their best.
So Ozzy's woken up, and at the foot of the bed is a small but perfect little Christmas stocking with a perfect little Christmas stocking-sized gift inside. What is that gift?
He got a 6-pack of rat pinkies.
Fantastic. Yep, they will go down a treat. So, everyone's feeling super Christmassy now. The festivities have started, so Ozzy comes slithering down the stairs, and at the bottom of the stairs, in the living room, is a glorious tree with loads and loads of gifts underneath it. However, traditionally, we have a star or an angel on top of a tree, but there's something a little bit different on top of the tree in Ozzy's Royal Python world. So what is on top of his tree?
Well, his tree topper is going to be a perfectly perched green tree python wearing a Santa hat.
Brilliant. Fantastic. So, like I said, under the tree, there's loads of gifts. There's one specific one. It's quite large. It's got Ozzy's name on it, and he cannot wait to unwrap it. So, in a flurry of excitement, there's the wrapping paper thrown everywhere. He suddenly stops, gasps, sits, and just stares at front of him in awe as the present that was right at the top of his Christmas list is just sat there in front of him. So, what did he get for Christmas? What did Santa bring him?
He got what he has always wanted, which is a cork log that is big enough for him to fit his whole body inside of and hide away from everyone.
Fantastic. Brilliant. So the presents have all been unwrapped. They've had a little bit of a drink, and now it's time for what I consider the main part of Christmas Day, and that is Christmas dinner time. So please describe to me the ultimate ball python Christmas dinner.
That's going to start out with, a first course with maybe a couple of mice, maybe a soft fur or two. It's going to be capped off with a really nice, big, fresh quail for him.
Fantastic.
Then maybe wash it down with something a little smaller, like a chick or something on the way down. Yeah. Just make sure everything goes down fine.
Brilliant. So, Ozzy's had his fill. Everyone's had their fill. Maybe a little bit too much food. They're all feeling a little bit bloated. So it's time to go and sit down on the sofa for a Christmas movie and let all that delicious food go down. So what movie are they going to be enjoying this evening?
Well, they're going to be sitting down and enjoying Frosty the Snow Mouse.
Very good. Oh, wait, what's that? Everyone's still feeling a little bit snacky. So what is the mid-movie snack for Ozzy?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of went heavy on the mouse puns, but they're all tucking into some gingerbread mouse as well.
They never apologise for too many puns. We love a pun. So yeah, okay. Lots of gingerbread mouse. I like that. That is fantastic. So the film's over. Everyone's food's gone down nicely now. They've all enjoyed a bit of a relax. They're getting a little bit bored now. So it's time for the next bit. So it's time for a Christmas drink and an evening game. So what is Ozzy the ball python playing, and what are they drinking?
I said they're playing a game that is special to ball pythons called Guess the Morph. and all the while they're drinking a spiked, what I call pipped eggnog.
Fantastic. Very nice. Oh, I like the Guess the Morph game. They'll keep playing that for hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
Is it Pied or Yellow Belly, or what is it?
Yeah. So, what a day. Ozzy and family have had such a great day, and really there's only one thing left to do before bed, and that is sing the ReptiChat Christmas song. So, it'll be on screen. It's a bit like karaoke. If you want to sing along, you can. If you don't want to sing along, I'm going to do my very best to sing along anyway. So, if I'm going to push some buttons, it should be on screen in just a second. Hopefully. Hang on a sec. Bit of technical difficulty. Right, go. Hopefully. Why is it not doing it? I love technology. It's so good.
Oh yeah.
There we go. I got it. On the first day of Podmas, my guest had sent to me a chondro perched in a tree. On the second day of Podmas, my guest had sent to me two peaky meerkats and a chondro perched in a tree. On the third day of Podmas, my guest had sent to me 3 dragons, 2 cheeky meerkats and a chondro perching in a tree. On the 4th day of Podmas, my guest had sent to me 4 blue tree monitors, 3 frilled dragons, 2 cheeky meerkats and a chondro perching in a tree. On the 5th day of Podmas, my guest had sent to me 5 Fiji iguanas, 4 blue tree monitors, 3 frilled dragons, 2 cheeky meerkats and a chondro perching in a tree. Last one. On the 6th day of Podmas, my guest had sent to me 6 royal pythons, 5 Fiji iguanas, 4 blue tree monitors, 3 frilled dragons, 2 cheeky meerkats and a chondro perching in a tree. Well, there we go. Like I said, that's day 6. So if you guys are still listening, thank you, because I'm fully aware it's getting worse with each episode.
I would have sung along if I hadn't been sick for the last 2 weeks.
Honestly, it's absolutely fine. I'm fully aware it's really like out of sync and laggy as well, so it doesn't really matter. But it's a bit of fun. And listeners and viewers, if you're watching on YouTube, the full karaoke version will be released on Christmas Day. So make sure that once you've had a few drinks, you get the whole family involved. I want to see that on Instagram. So, Chris, that is the end of day 6 of the 12 pods of Christmas. Again, it was only a short one, but I'm very thankful for you coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
Like I said, we will get you back on in the new year and do a proper episode. So all that's left to say is, if you want to see if you want to, I can't even get my words out. If you want to know any more about Chris, his information is in the show notes below. Go and check him out on Instagram and say I sent you. So yeah, ho ho ho! I hope you've all had a fantastic day, and I'll see you in a few days for the next episode. Until then, goodbye.
Bye.